It is 6:22, and now this morning, one look at his work, and you are sucked in for sure. Stefan Duncan is here with us this morning. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
We're glad to have you here with us. You and I crossed paths one day, and I saw your work, and I heard your story, and I wanted to make sure everybody at home heard your story as well. When did you start painting?
2001.
So this hasn't been a lifelong thing for you.
No.
But there's something that precipitated your painting. Talk a little bit about your story.
Well, I wanted to be a novelist, and goal was to have my first books by the time I was 30, and I signed a 6-book contract for movie rights for them. But right before my 30th birthday, that's when it happened. I got in a car accident. A lady ran me off the road and hit a big tree. And I was in a coma for like 3 weeks. And my parents were called like 3 in the morning to come back to the hospital that I wasn't living on my own anymore, and if they would donate my organs.
So they thought you were going to die?
Yes. And so my mom came in, and they asked if they would do that, and she said, well, when he starts to die, let me know. And so they turned off everything. So I probably have like 3 minutes left. And the nurse comes back in the waiting room. She says, he's dying now, Miss Duncan. And my mother called for a coat, put it over her head, and got on her knees. It's going, breathe, Stefan, breathe, breathe, Stefan, breathe. And in the other room, I woke up suddenly. I didn't know where I was or anything. I just had tubes in my mouth. I had all these broken bones and head injury. And so I started trying to grab the tubes. A nurse screamed. People come rushing in.
But
yeah,
you
I got
were alive.
saved. Yeah. So,
but after that, writing was tougher for you.
Oh, yes, yeah. I felt constant pain. I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't read a page without the words being scrambled and stuff.
So art was a new sort of outlet for your creative juices, for sure.
Yes.
And not only did you start to paint these beautiful paintings, but you've been recognized worldwide for your style, and you've created this new style. What is the style? What do we call it?
Squiggleism.
Squiggleism. What is Squiggleism?
It's like a impressionistic dash with a twist.
Okay, all right. And you've also been called the American Van Gogh. And clearly, you can see why. But how did that honor come to you? How did you get that?
Well, when I just started to pursue with the art, I had a professor critique artwork where we were at in a little studio in Fayetteville, and it said my strength was in movement, and that was hard to teach. So I thought, well, I want to study an artist that has movement. So I went to a bookstore and had a big book for artists, and I flipping through and I saw Starry Night, and it just overwhelmed me. It struck me. Van Gogh taught me how to hear through my eyes in a way that you could capture the movement, or like this universal music, this flow to it. And so when I paint, I hear the music, and I go with the rhythm with it. And I hope that when people look at my paintings and see that movement, it's like the divine symphony that plays. And then when you take your eyes from a painting and look outside, that you'll get that feeling of the, I call it like the divine's presence, or the living spirit.
Well, in the commercial break, before we started chatting, Stefan said his mission is to just bring more light into the world, and gosh, isn't that a good mission? We have put more information on Stefan's gallery, where you can go to see his paintings. You can learn more about him and his connection with Van Gogh on a global scale, which is amazing. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing your work. It's absolutely beautiful.
This is an honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, my goodness. It is 6:26. We'll be right back.